What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl back at it again. If you're new to this channel, I'm Meveline Mafor and I'm a Cameroonian living in Germany. And for my returning subscribers and viewers, thank you for stopping by again. In today's video, I'll give you tips and questions generally asked that will easily get you your OP and FSJ contract, okay? But before we start talking about that, guys, please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, just go down and smash subscribe and hit notification so that you do not miss out on interesting content on this channel, okay? So like I said, today I'm giving you tips on how you can smash your interview for FSJ and Ausbildung and get you a contract for studies and for work. I know you'll be wondering that I'm kind of compressing both in one. I decided to do it that way because I feel like they're more or less the same questions asked during this interview. And this is because I've taken an interview for FSJ and I've taken an interview for Ausbildung. The questions generally asked in both cases were more or less the same, so I decided to compress this video or record everything in one video. The first thing I want you to know is that these interviews are conducted in German, like I always say. When you're going for this interview, keep in mind that you're going to be communicating in German throughout this interview. That's the reason why they'll be requesting for B1 and B2 for both. The very first question you would get asked when you appear for this interview is for you to introduce yourself. You get to talk about your name, country where you originally come from, where exactly you live in Germany, and what you do. Like for instance, you could still be an au pair or you could still be on an FSJ. You have to tell them what you do and just explain to them who you really are, and tell them about your hobbies. And yeah, that's generally the first question that you get asked for both interviews. It's always tell us about yourself, both ways. Next question you might get usually will be, why do you want to do an Ausbildung, or why do you want to do an FSJ? It's the same both ways, like I said. This will be your next question. That's where you go ahead and talk about what you wrote in your motivation letter. Depending on what you had on your motivation letter, you just explain back to them why you want to do Ausbildung or why you want to do FSJ from what you wrote in your letter. Make sure you're not talking about something else and you have something else in your letter, okay? And when you answer that question, the next question generally might be, why did you decide to do it in our institution, or why did you choose us? Like, why do you want to do your Ausbildung in this hospital, or why do you want to do your FSJ in this particular hospital? That's where you still have to go ahead and tell them why you chose that place, who made you choose that place, because it could be basically a referral or something in particular that you like about the organization. You can mention it to answer why you chose them for your FSJ or for your Ausbildung, okay? Next question you might generally get asked will be, what are your strengths and weaknesses? And there is a tip I have for you when talking about your weaknesses. Do make sure that if you talk about your weaknesses, you try to back it up with one of your strengths, okay? Like if you have an area where you're lacking in, you should have a way that you back up for that aspect where you're lacking in from your strength, okay? Don't just leave it empty. Do make sure that you have like a solution to your weakness from your strength. So it's very important, okay? Generally, the next question they might ask you, which they always ask, because I got this question in both interviews, would be about your experiences in the field where you're applying in. If you have, you go ahead and tell them the experience you have and how long and all of that. So yeah, just get ready. You get a question on your experience. If it's a nursing Ausbildung, they'll ask you if you have any experience in nursing. If you're applying for FSJ in like a school with kids, they're going to ask you if you have any experience working with kids. You just have to go ahead and tell them. Then generally there is a question that you get asked. This goes both ways. It's generally the They would ask you why you think you are like the perfect fit for this position, or why you think you should be chosen over the other applicants. That's where you have to go out and sell yourself, like put out all those qualities that you think those people will need. Like before you even applying for this job, you have to look at the position and then figure out what exactly is needed from a potential employee filling up this position. You have to know what is required of them and make sure you're good at these things. And if you are, when you get this question, you go ahead and put out all the strengths and just sell yourself. Talk about the very good aspects of you that makes you fit and qualify for this job over, another applicant. Do your best on that and be very confident when you do that. And yet another tip I have for you guys, when you are done, or when they are done asking you whatever questions they have for you, do make sure you go ahead and ask like 1 or 2 questions at least, just to show that you are really interested in this job, or you're interested in the place where you want to work. You can just go ahead and ask them any question about work, but make sure you're asking positive questions as well, okay? You don't want to go and ask something that will change the mood of the person or the people interviewing you. Do make sure it's a positive question, but just try to ask a few questions at the end of your interview. This will tell the interviewer that you are very much interested and you're so curious and all of that, and it puts you on the positive side. And above all, just be confident and do you, and I'm very sure you're going to get yourself that contract for your job, and then you can be able to move on from there. So guys, those were like the questions I got during FSJ and Ausbildung. So I decided to share them with you just to help someone who is preparing for an interview for FSJ or for Ausbildung. I hope you find this video of help, and if you do, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel and become a part of this very beautiful family. And when you subscribe, guys, please equally hit notification. That way you will know when videos go up on the channel, and then you can watch everything. Thank you for watching this video and for watching up to this point. I've come to the end of this, and I hope it helps you. I wish you luck with your interview, and I would see you all next time. Bye.